Well, let's have some fun again. Um, so today we're going to learn about cut, paste, sort, um, and we're going to do a little bit with the grep that we were playing with in my last video with regular expressions. So first, let's man cut. So we can see that it cuts, removes sections from each line of file. So cool. Let's man paste. Merge lines of files, okay? And man sort. So sort the lines of text files. So we're going to learn cut, paste, and sort. Cool. Those look like they can be useful. So in order to learn these, I like to play with the last file. Now, the last file on this system is going to be really lame because I'm the only one that's logged in. Usually that's not the case. Usually you see other users that log in on big systems, but not always. And maybe if they're well defined, maybe you never see anyone ever log in. But usually when I've had to troubleshoot problems, one of the questions that I've asked is who's been logged into this system? Um, Now this system doesn't have a lot because I blow these away often, but usually this is really long. Um, so let's play with this. So if we last and we look at this, so the first thing is, if we look here, there's reboots. I don't really need that. So I'm going to grep-v to get rid of, and I'm going to say at the beginning of the line has reboot. Okay? So now I should have less showing up. If this is long, by the way, you might want to pipe that to a more so you can see one page at a time. Now I'm going to come up here, and the next thing I want to do is I need to get rid of this white space so I can work with this file easier. So I'm going to do tr-s, and we're just going to get rid of spaces. Okay, enter. Now I don't think we covered tr, but I don't think there's a man page for. Oh, it is translate or delete characters. Okay, squeeze characters, and so we squeezed repeats. Okay, repeat spaces. We just got rid of them. That's what that does. Cool. Now that we've gotten rid of repeat spaces, let's actually do a cut. So if we do a cut, so pipe that to a cut. And the delimiter is a space, right? And we want, let's take field 1, which I think should be EC2 user, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do 1 and 5 to the end. Enter. Okay, so we have EC2 user and when they logged in. Cool. Now, that's great, but sometimes I only want to see the users. So let's change that back to just 1. And I don't need EC2 user all the time. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to pipe that to a sort, which is just going to sort EC2 user. And I'm going to pipe that to Uniq. Sweet. Now I don't have EC2 user. Awesome. Now there is the wtmp. I wonder if that is standard error, just for kicks. Let's check. And it's not. So that doesn't really help. Anyway, so EC2 user actually could pipe grep-v wtmp and get rid of that. Cool. So I now have a script that I could run to see who's ever logged into a system in the history through last. So that could be useful to maybe put in a system administrator's login script to say, hey, here are the people that usually log into the system. And maybe even, and here's the people who've logged into it today, right? Cool. Now, if I look here, I do have some directories. So I'm going to, that's rm-rf. I'm going to remove playing. And that just cleared it out. I'm going to make it again. Okay, so now I'm in the playing directory. So to do the next thing, the paste, I want to, by the way, we also covered Uniq just barely. But for the next one, I want to cover pasting things together. So I need to make some files first. So let's do this. For letter in, and that can be anything. I'm calling it letter so that it's easy for people to know what it is. Oop. So A to Z, do echo $, letter, echo $. Actually, we need to do it this way. Into letter. Done. Okay, so now if I'm more letter, I can see it has A through Z. Sweet. Which, if we pipe it to a word count -L, we can see it's 26. Now, if I hit the up arrow, I can see my for loop is all on a single line when I hit the up arrow. So I find that helpful because then I can go and edit it if I want. I'm going to just Control C this. Now, so the next one, so that was a for loop. Let's cover while loops while we're at it. So while loops need some type of way to end it. And we're going to start with export 0, sorry, x equals 0. And we're going to do while x is less than 25. So that'll give us 0 to 25, which was 26. That'll be the same as the letters. Do echo $x into number. If you notice, by the way, I'm appending. I'm not overwriting because I want to add additional there. But then I need to, because this is not a for loop, I need to increment x. See, I think I want a space here. Loop x plus. Done. So if we more number, we should see 0 to 25, which is a total of 26. We can check that by typing that to a word count -L. Sweet, they're the same size. So that way we'll have it a little bit more equal. So now, if we cat letter and number, it just does 1. You can barely see that, so I'll scroll up a little bit. So cat, it did letters first, and then it did the numbers. So if we paste number letter, you can see it does right by side. Now we can actually paste number, letter, number. We could just keep going. Could be the same files, it could be different files. And you see that, cool, we have that. We could also, if we man paste, if we look at S, it says paste one file at a time instead of in parallel. So let's see what that does. We'll just come up here and take this one and we'll change this to a paste -S. Wow. So it did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way to 25, and then it did ABC, so right after it. So it did it horizontally instead of vertically. Okay, so now I wanted to do one more thing. So I introduced grep, well, regular expressions with grep in my last video. I want to show you some of the power there. So to do that, let's do sudo find in Etsy, okay? And Etsy is a place where a lot of configuration files are. So I'm going to dash execute egrep dash h, and let's check for password. So I want, let's see, P or P. And A or A, uppercase A or A, followed by S or S. And we want 2 of those. Followed by W or W. And then let's look at that. Oh, I messed something up. Let's see. Oh, yeah. My microphone's blocking something, and sometimes I use the wrong bracket. There we go. Cool. So we have all these that are found that have some type of a password in it. So, and some of these are directories. So let's take standard error and redirect to dev null. Okay, so now we have just the things that it thinks it has. So those might have passwords. And if we look here, Etsy password, root password, so I need to check these. But I probably don't need this postfix so many times, right? So we just learned how to cut. So let's do that. So let's pipe cut dash F1. So we want the first field with a delimiter. So if we look here, the delimiter should be that colon, right? Delimiter of colon. Okay, so now we have just the fields. So cool. Now what we can do is pipe that to a sort. So we always need to do a sort before Uniq unless it's already sorted. And this probably already is, but we're gonna go ahead and do it. Sort in Uniq, and then that will take and look at it. Well, it'll spit out only the files we need to look at, which still looks like quite a few. Oh, binary file. So there's still quite a few. In fact, just for kicks, let's do word count-l. So this would tell us we need to look at 66 files, which is a lot better. Let's get rid of the sort in Uniq. Looking at 66 files is a lot better than thinking you have to look at 240. Okay, so we covered a lot today. We covered sort, Uniq, paste, sort, Uniq, paste, cut. And we even went a little bit further with grep, with the regular expressions. So I hope you're enjoying your learning journey. We'll see you next time.